Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB20 updates and spoilers. Our house guest today is Shaolin Andrew. Shaolin, thank you so much for the support. We really, what was that? A train. Oh, it was a train. Okay, we really appreciate you and we think you're awesome. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day like Shaolin, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, so when we left off yesterday, there was lots of tension throughout the Hive Alliance. And if you're wondering right now, who the hell is the Hive Alliance? Just a quick reminder, it's the new name for Scotty, Rockstar, Bailey, Haleigh, and Fessy. They're a little group of 5. So right now we've got Fessy versus Haleigh, again, and Bailey's in the middle making it worse. And while they've got all this personal drama going on, they have no idea that Brett is staying this week. They think that Rachel is going and it might even be unanimous and they're just like, woo, we're in control, we know what's up. No you don't. Okay, so Bailey and Fessy were in the HOH room and first of all Bailey's like, can you not shave in my room? Because Fessy was like shaving his arms in her HOH room. She's like, can't you do that in the bathroom? Yeah, seriously, gross. But anyway, it was just funny. So it's time for the millionth conversation about Fessy and Haleigh's nomance. So Bailey's like, you know what? If it's not gonna work out, you guys need to at least work on your friendship because we need to keep this alliance together. She's not about to have her group ruined because of this crap. So Fessy's like, well, clearly, Haleigh and I are not compatible. You think? You should have known that right away when she was not that interested in you. Come on. So he's like, yeah, our group is still riding together to the end, but like, I don't want to hang out with Haleigh that much. Like, I don't even want to talk to her if she's going to be all over those other guys. So he's really upset because she was talking to Brett in the hammock until 5 a.m. the other night, and he pet her leg, and she allowed it. How dare they? So then we're going to come back to that. They were talking about JC, and Bailey's like, I don't know, he's a wild card. Obviously, she knows that he's loyal to Fessy, but what about her? Is he going to be loyal to her? I don't know. Don't shave in my room! So, obviously, it's better for them to have him with them than against them. They realize that. For now, anyway, and then they can cut him loose at some point. But Fessy thinks that JC's gonna vote with them this week, so it's all good. He's not. Unless he throws some hinky vote again, he's not. So JC joins them. They're talking about the votes. And JC is like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be unanimous this week. And Bailey's like, oh, well, I do. Because everybody's telling her that they're gonna vote Brett out. Oh, then it must be true. You're right. Come on. So JC is like, I don't know, I think Brett's gonna get 1 or 2 votes because like Caitlyn, he's really good at talking, so you know, he's probably gonna get somebody to vote for him to stay. But he's saying like, don't worry about it because we're still gonna have the votes. Okay, I think there's no way that JC's gonna do another crazy vote this week, right? Because if he does, that's going to be enough to flip the vote and Rachel would stay. So I think he realizes you can't do that when it's a close vote like this. But anyway, JC, is he setting up Rockstar for some of the blame with the votes this week? He's like, oh, I saw her talking to Brett twice. I don't trust her. Is there something going on there? There's totally not, but you know how paranoid everybody is. So Bailey's like, well, Rockstar's only hope in this game is to ride off of us. Like, if she does anything to piss us off, she's gonna be shit out of luck because she doesn't have anybody in this house. She's got nobody except for us. Damn, how do you know what she's got going on? So JC's like, yeah, she sucks. Her strategy is just kissing ass. And it's lame. Whoa, okay, they're really going off on Rockstar. So, anyway, they tell JC, you need to make sure that Brett does not get to Tyler and Scotty this week because we need both of their votes. Too late on that Tyler front. And, but they never had Tyler. Tyler's always been on the other side. Bailey says that she's already done a lot of work this week, so Fessy and JC need to be the ones to seal the deal with the votes. And Fessy's like, oh, I'm not good at that. Like, I'll work on Tyler and Scotty, but, like, JC's got to work on everybody else. Okay, I mean, you told him to do that, so if he gets everybody to vote out Rachel, whatever. So later, JC and Fessy were chatting alone in the HOH room, and JC again is like, do you think it's going to be unanimous? And Fessy's like, well, even if Brett has 1 or 2 votes right now, they're probably going to change their minds and flip to vote him out when they hear what everybody else is doing. So then JC's like, well, what about the person that flipped their vote last week? Do you think they'll do it again? And in JC's mind, he's probably like, it me. And Fessy's like, no, they're not going to do that again because everybody's talking about it now. It'd be crazy. And JC's like, makes sense. Oh my god. Okay. So anyway, then Bailey and Brett were talking out by the pool, and she lets him know that she's frustrated because she feels like she's really tried to get to know him on a personal level, and he hasn't really made the effort towards her. So, I got a question. Did she not isolate herself with Swaggy in the beginning? Right? I feel like she was always, like, off with Swaggy, and then she's like, why is no one talking to me? I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing things. But that's what I feel like happened. So, Brett's like, well, I feel really bad that you feel that way. I stayed away from you at first out of respect for Swaggy. And then, once he was gone, that was the week that I went up on the block, so I got caught up in my own game, and he didn't want to approach her at that point and, like, try to get to know her, because then it would seem like he was just doing that for her vote. So he's like, sorry. Bailey's like, yeah, I get that. She tells Brett, you're an athletic threat, but that's not a bad thing if we're working together. So she's telling him, I don't want you to give up. You know, I don't know if you're campaigning to your people or what your situation is with them, but I don't want you to be all, like, sad. She says that Rachel's been up in the HOH all week. You know, she's been talking to her nonstop. And Brett's like, okay, that's not my style, so I'm not going to do that. And it seems like Bailey is mad at him because she put him up on the block and then he wasn't, like, going, you know, looking for attention or whatever from her. That's just what it sounds like. So Brett is saying, he starts going into a little bit of a pitch. He's like, if I stay this week, I want you to know I'm not targeting you. And he does his whole, I'm on an island, you're on an island, we can go far together. He says he's dependable, he wants to be there. And Bailey's like, all right, well, it's not over until it's over. So then Brett starts bringing up, like, Rachel is a lot on a cohabitation level. Just like the stress that she's been bringing to people this week. And Bailey knows that firsthand because she did not expect Rachel to freak out the way that she has. So Brett's like, yeah, she can't handle the pressure cooker. She's going to crack. Who do you want on your team? Who do you want in this house with you? Even just, like, on a chill out level, you know? He's saying, I want you to look at me as an asset moving forward. So Bailey's like, well, I'm thinking about it. Is she? But she says she has to have some more conversations with other people. She says she feels like she has some powers over people. No. Your HOH week is over. Yes, you have a power app, but do you have, like, these misting powers over people like, say, Tyler does? No. So she's telling him, if I do help you stay, this better not bite me in the butt. She says, if it does, I will personally kill you. Enough with the death threats. It's too much. It's too much. No, stop. So I don't know if she was just BSing him with this conversation or what. I mean, in the moment, I wasn't sure. Because, like, there's no way that she wants to keep Brett this week. But, like, why is she even having this conversation? It was weird. So, I mean, later she was like, oh, yeah, I talked to Brett. And I do want to get to know him on a personal level outside of the house. But, like, nah, he's out of here. So, I don't really know what the point was of that. But, okay. So, later, Bailey and Scotty had a game chat in the HOH room. And Bailey's like, well, at the beginning of the week, I wanted Rachel to just be a pawn. But now I'm wondering what's best for us long term. So she is throwing it out there a little bit, like, should we keep Brett? Because she's wondering, is Rachel going to be a hindrance for our group? Is she going to be running around panicking all the time? Is that going to mess us up? So Scotty's like, yeah, she's going to be a mess, but that's good for us. It's going to be easier for us to get rid of her next week. So, yeah. They also agree, if Brett escapes the block again, that's going to be twice. He's going to be a huge threat to win. He's also more likely to win competitions than Rachel. I don't know that I agree with that because I think Rachel's a really great competitor. But That's what they're thinking. And Scotty's like, you know what? The whole house is on board to vote out Brett this week. It's gonna happen. No. Okay. So then they talk about, you know, moving forward. They would love to see Fessy win HOH next week, see him take somebody out. They're thinking he's going to go after the 3 girls, Rachel, Angela, and Casey. I almost said Amanda instead of Angela. There's no Amanda this season. But Scotty is under the impression that Tyler would target those 3 as well. No, he's not. But they agree, like, Haleigh and Rockstar need to start winning competitions and contributing. You win 1 HOH and all of a sudden everybody else has to contribute, right? Okay. So then Fessy and Haleigh have the same argument for the millionth time. I'm not going to go into like great detail here because we've heard it all. We have heard it all so many times and we're just not going to do it again. So what this boils down to, Fessy is upset because he heard that Haleigh said that they're not compatible because they're at different stages in their lives, blah, blah, blah. She's just a 21-year-old, that she's going to act like a 21-year-old. There's the whole never have I ever issue. Fessy was upset about things that Haleigh was saying that she's done. And there's also the whole Brett hammock issue. He was petting her leg until 5 in the morning. It's not okay. So Haleigh is pissed that he's been ignoring her existence and avoiding her for the past day and a half or so. She says that's not freaking cool. She's not going to feel comfortable working with him like on a game level if he's not even going to talk to her. This has some serious Caleb and Amber vibes, doesn't it? It's like messed up. So he admits that he was ignoring her to get attention from her, to get back at her. That's so lame. And there was times during this conversation where they'd be like arguing and it's serious, and then Fessy's just like, you're so pretty. Oh my god, that's so annoying. He is never gonna take the hint. He's never gonna take the hint that she does not want to be with him, but whatever. So I guess they're like okay-ish for now, moving forward as allies, but not whatever they were before, which was nothing. So anyway, moving on. Meanwhile, we've got Angela and Brett scheming. Angela's nastiness has really come out this week. She is not nice. So she is telling Brett that he should call out Rachel in his eviction speech. She's like, okay, tell everybody that Rachel told us all about Bailey's Power app. Rachel told you about the Girls Alliance, and Rachel volunteered to go up as a pawn this week. So Brett's like, hell yeah, like I'm on board. Let's blow stuff up. This is gonna be great. So you know that Brett is planning another epic eviction speech. So this is gonna be crazy. But at the same time, Angela's kind of nervous that Rachel's gonna hear this and immediately out the level 6 alliance. And she doesn't want Tyler to be exposed. Everybody's looking out for Tyler. And that's a risk that I guess they're gonna take. I don't know. So later, because they were talking for a while, Angela tells Brett about her final 2 deal with Rachel, the Vixens, and how Rachel wanted them to pretend to hate each other so that people wouldn't realize that they're working together as closely as they were. But she says now she really does hate her. Okay, and Brett shares how Rachel wanted a showmance with him early on in the season. He declined. And then they were just talking so much crap about Rachel and like basically calling her a loser in her regular, like her real life. That's so mean and so sad. So some other highlights from last night. Tyler told JC about Bailey's Power. So now everyone knows about it except for Bailey's allies. Not including Fessy because he knows. That's so ridiculous. And she does not realize that all these people know. She still thinks that only only Fessy and Rachel know about it. So Tyler also tells JC that he feels like Bailey is trying to bait him to talk crap about Fessy because she's always like, oh, Fessy's really getting on my nerves. What do you think? So he feels like she's trying to get him to say stuff about Fessy. He's not going to do it because he sees what's going on. And he was just giving JC a heads up about all this stuff. So he's thinking he might also tell Bailey right before the eviction that he's going to vote out Rachel because she's been, you know, telling people about her power and blah, blah, blah. But then later when Tyler was talking to Brett and he was telling him about the big speech he's going to make, Brett was telling Tyler, maybe you shouldn't warn Bailey beforehand because then it's going to look like you were telling people about the power, like something like that. So I don't know if Tyler's actually going to do that or not. But other stuff that happened, Bailey and Rachel were having like Bible study, and I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at Bailey being like, I don't want to get too cocky and blah, 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 and how she was saying that she really hopes that everybody is going to follow through and respect her decision and what she wants to happen with Brett going this week. When did that ever become a thing of like doing what the HOH wants? Just because you're the HOH doesn't mean people have to vote out who you want to go. That's not how this works. But I'm not just saying Bailey is the only one who thinks that. Like, I don't think that should be a thing at all, because that doesn't make sense. But anyway, Bailey also thanks Rachel for keeping her power a secret. Okay, so also Scotty was going around warning everybody that Brett is going to be campaigning hard starting tomorrow, meaning today, Wednesday, and there is a chance that he's going to try to get Rachel to blow up if he feels like the votes are not there for him. So he's telling everybody, stay the course, vote out Brett, it's all going to be good. Okay, so today, in fun news, Big Brother gave them real cornhole so they don't have to use Sam's like Frankenstein sock version. But then they had to go inside for lockdown and they couldn't bring the game in. So they were like, here's this toy that you get, but you're not going to see it again until like Saturday night or Sunday morning. So then today, Angela began her sewering of Rachel. Because remember, she said she didn't want to start this until it gets closer to the eviction. So she was up in the HOH room with Bailey and Rockstar. And she's framing this like she wants to figure out where Tyler's head is at now that Caitlin's gone. So Angela's like, okay, Rachel told me that Tyler said he would only use the power of veto if I was the replacement nominee. Did she say that to you too? So Bailey clarifies, and she's honest here. She's like, I told Rachel that, but that's not exactly what Tyler said. He said that, he was like, if I use the veto, will Angela go up on the block? He didn't say it as a statement. It was a question. And she says that she told Tyler she didn't know what she would do. She didn't really give him an answer. So Bailey's like, I don't think that Tyler is targeting you. Again, they're looking out for Tyler. It's so ridiculous. So then, after that conversation's out of the way, I just want to point out too, shouldn't this show Angela that Rachel was looking out for her and telling her the truth, and Bailey was the one that lied to her? But no, she's still like wanting Rachel to go. It's crazy. So then after that conversation, Bailey pulls Rachel aside, brings her into the lounge room to reprimand her. She's just like, you're in trouble. She says, she tells her what just happened with Angela. And she's like, why would you tell her that? That doesn't need to get around. If Tyler thinks that I said that, he's gonna get mad at me. Oh, he knows. So Bailey was telling her, like, it's not a big deal, it's fine, like, it's fine. Woo! Of course, Rachel's like, I apologize. I'm sorry. Classic Rachel. So then, I mean, Rachel's making the rounds today. She's confirming her votes, and her allies continue to lie to her. It's so sad. I feel bad for her. It's sad. Yeah, so the eviction is tomorrow. As of right now, Rachel's going to be leaving by a vote of 5-4. It's going to be a wild one, guys. It's going to be a wild one. So I don't know if Brett is going to do anything today to stir things up or if he's going to save it for his eviction speech. I know he was talking about just not giving Rachel any answers to things today to kind of freak her out, but I don't think he's actually going to say anything about her until the eviction speech, so we'll see. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And until tomorrow, much love.